Today we will talk about how to live in harmony with yourself and the world despite all the twists and turns of fate. How often do we face difficulties, stress, disappointment, and feelings of loneliness? It turns out that the greatest minds of humanity face the same problems. Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, all of them went through periods of sadness, suffering, and self-doubt. What helped them overcome these difficulties was Stoic philosophy. The Stoics believed that our well-being largely depends on our beliefs and thoughts. If we focus only on the negative, life will seem like a series of problems and disappointments. But if we learn to manage our thoughts and emotions, we can find inner peace even in the most challenging situations. Today, I will share with you 10 practices from the wise Stoics that will help you cope with anxiety, loneliness, and insecurity. Enjoy watching. Practice 1. Be kind to yourself. The Stoics said, "Be your own best friend, not your enemy." Self-criticism and humiliation will not lead to personal growth. On the contrary, they only drag you into a vicious circle of negativity and prevent you from moving forward. Treat yourself with kindness and understanding. Acknowledge that you are not a superhero but an ordinary person who has the right to make mistakes and have weaknesses. Talk to yourself like you would to your best friend, support, encourage, and instill confidence in yourself. Remember that you deserve love and compassion, especially from yourself. So, next time you feel like criticizing yourself, stop and say, "Hey buddy, you're doing great, let's not be so hard on ourselves, and just keep moving forward." Practice number 2. Take time for your mental health. Seneca said that we need to take care not only of the body but also of the soul. Often we are immersed in routine and hustle and bustle that we forget about our psychological well-being. And then we wonder why we feel so bad and hard. Choose time in your schedule for activities that bring you peace and help you regain your strength. It can be a walk in nature, meditation, yoga, reading inspirational books, or just a quiet sit alone. The main thing is to give yourself a break from stress and fuss to listen to your inner voice. Did you know that physical exercise not only strengthens the body but also helps to calm the mind? Exercise releases the joy hormone endorphins, which improve your mood and help you cope with anxiety and sadness. So go for a run, dance, or go to the gym and see how your psychological state improves. Start small, but make these activities a regular habit. And soon you will notice how much better you will feel.
Practice number 3. Accept reality as it is. How often we struggle with circumstances, trying to change what is beyond our control. We think that if we try hard enough, we can remake the world for ourselves. But alas, this is an illusion that brings only disappointment and suffering. The Stoics said that you have to accept reality as it is. And not to wish that everything would be different. If what happens corresponds to the natural order of things, then so be it. We can't control everything around us. Remember the parable of the dog tied to the cart. He has two choices: resist and drag himself behind the cart in pain and discomfort, or to accept it and run in the same direction, saving his strength. So we, too, if we accept the inevitable and focus on what is in our power, we can pass through any trials with dignity. Of course, this doesn't mean we should give up and go with the flow. The Stoics urged us to act and change what we can. But it is important to realize the limits of our abilities and not to waste energy fighting windmills. Accept what you can't change and put your energies into what is within your power.
Practice number 4. Be grateful for what you have. In the pursuit of success and recognition, we often forget about the most important thing, what we already have. We think that if we achieve what we want, we will immediately become happy, but alas, having achieved the goal, we often feel only disappointment and emptiness. Try saying thank you every morning that I am alive and well. Thank you for a roof over my head, food on the table, and close people near me. Thank you for the opportunity to breathe, move, and create. Believe me, this practice of gratitude will help you shift your focus from negative to positive and fill your life with joy and meaning. Practice number 5. Focus on your path. In today's world of social media and the internet, we are constantly tempted to compare ourselves to others. We think that everyone around us is better, more interesting and successful than us, and this creates feelings of inferiority, envy and insecurity. The Stoics said that each of us has our own unique path and destiny. There is no point in looking around and trying to be someone else. It is important to focus on your goals and values and move in your chosen direction. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Stop wandering. You will not find peace by meddling in other people's lives. Focus on your own task and act now if you can." So the next time you feel like comparing yourself to someone else, stop and say to yourself, "I am me and I have my own unique path. I am grateful for who I am and focus on my goals and values." Believe me, this attitude will help you gain inner strength and self-confidence. Practice number 6. Put things in perspective. Often we get caught up in the minutiae and lose sight of what's important. We think that our problems are global and insurmountable. We get caught up in negative thoughts and forget how small we are in the scale of the universe. Marcus Aurelius, being the emperor of the Roman Empire, nevertheless realized the insignificance of his greatness in the face of infinity. He urged to look at things from a bird's-eye view, and to realize that in a global sense our experiences are only moments in the flow of time. Remember the biblical phrase, "A generation comes and a generation goes, but the earth remains forever." These words amazingly accurately reflect the transience of human life against the background of the eternity of the universe. Think about how many people walked on our planet before us, how many more will change after we are gone. Compared to the immense canvas of history, all our passions and experiences are just a brief moment, one breath in the infinite time. And realizing this simple truth can fundamentally change our attitude to our own hardships and worries. It doesn't mean that we should devalue our feelings and experiences. But realizing that we are part of something bigger and eternal helps us to look at things more objectively and calmly. So when it seems to you that everything is falling apart and life is going downhill, take a deep breath and imagine yourself as a grain of sand in the vast ocean of the universe. Believe me, it will help you find balance and clarity of mind. Practice number 7. Remember the frailty of existence. We often chase after prestige, status and recognition, forgetting that everything in this world comes. It seems to us that if we achieve success and fame we will gain immortality, but alas, it is an illusion. The Stoics said that even great men eventually turn to dust. Remember the famous phrase, "This is how worldly glory passes." How many rulers, generals, scientists and artists whose names were known throughout the world? And where are they now? All earthly deeds and aspirations are nothing more than vanity and fruitless languor of the mind. It does not mean that we should give up and forget about our dreams. But realizing the finitude of our existence helps us to prioritize and understand what is really important. The Stoics said that the most important thing is our character and the quality of our actions. It is important to be a good person, to show compassion, courage, generosity and justice. That's what will be left after us, a good memory and a light trace in people's hearts. So when you feel like chasing after a phantom fame and recognition, stop and ask yourself, what will I leave behind? How will people remember me? Believe me, the answers to these questions will help you find the true meaning of life and fill every day with light and joy. Practice number 8. Accept the challenges of fate. Often we perceive difficulties and obstacles as something negative and unnecessary. It seems to us that life should be easy and pleasant. But the Stoics said that it is the obstacles and challenges that temper our character and help us realize our potential. Seneca wrote, "The vicissitudes of fate do not spare the best of us." And it is true, trials fall to the share of everyone, even the most worthy and successful person. But it is in our power to perceive these difficulties as an opportunity to show our best qualities. Imagine that you are an untreated diamond that needs cutting and polishing to shine with all its facets. And every obstacle in your way is a blow of a cutter, which gives you a new shape and makes you more perfect. Of course, this process is not easy and painful, but in the end you become stronger, wiser and more beautiful. So the next time when life presents you with another surprise, do not pass and do not give up. Say to yourself, this is my chance to show my best qualities and become the best version of myself. Practice 9. Start each day with a clean slate. Our lives have ups and downs, successes and failures. And sometimes we feel like we're stuck in a vicious circle with no way out. But the Stoics said that every new day is a chance to start fresh. Think of the sales profession. Every month he gets a sales target, no matter how successful the previous period was. And he cannot rest on his laurels or endlessly feel sorry for himself for failures. He has to get back to work. So in our life, yesterday's victories and defeats are already in the past, and there is no point in replaying them in your head. Every morning is a new opportunity to show your best qualities and do something good for yourself and for others. Of course, it seems to us that our problems are not solvable, but believe me, for thousands of years of human history, people have faced all kinds of difficulties and found the strength to overcome them. So your situation is no exception. And you can do it too. Tell yourself every morning, today is a new day and a new opportunity to show your best qualities. I let go of yesterday's resentments and worries and focus on what I can do here and now. Believe me, this mindset will help you find your mental balance and fill your day with joy and meaning. Practice 10. Separate facts from their interpretations. Surely you have noticed that the way we perceive what is happening directly affects our mood and general emotional background. One and the same event, different people interpret completely differently and react accordingly. And often these interpretations are catastrophically far from reality. Here is a simple example. Suppose you wrote a message to someone and did not receive a reply. One person will regard it neutrally. Probably my interlocutor is busy or did not have time to read. The other will start to worry. Strange, suddenly something happened. Maybe I offended him something, and the third will immediately think the most terrible. Well, I am ignored. I do not need anyone. I am a bad friend. And everyone will experience the situation according to his guesses. So the Stoics taught to separate the bare facts from their emotional interpretations. Our fantasies don't always have anything to do with reality. Often, we make ourselves overreact and end up suffering from something that is not really there. The Emperor Marcus Aurelius was fond of saying, "I don't care what other people think, I care about facts." And this attitude helped him to keep a clear mind and firmness of spirit in any trouble. He soberly assessed each situation on its own and not through the prism of other people's opinions, rumors and speculations. And if there were no objective reasons for alarm, he didn't let panic take over his mind. Let's start analyzing and drawing conclusions. At first it may not be easy, because we are used to instantly give a bunch of interpretations for any case. But over time it will become a habit, and if we clearly track the line between immutable facts and our interpretation of them, many problems will simply dissolve by themselves. We'll find that we've been working ourselves up into a frenzy. It is enough just to readjust attention and let go of obsessive thoughts about bad things. By the way, this skill is very useful in communication. Often we take offense at people, attributing their words and actions of some negative connotation that they did not mean. But if we ask the clarifying question and clarify the real motives of the interlocutor, the conflict could be avoided. But no, we prefer to think the worst and suffer from our fantasies. So ask yourself the question, is it really as bad as I think it is? Believe me, this is a powerful tool for finding a mental balance and adequate communication with the world. After all, when you see reality as it is, without illusions, it is much easier to make wise decisions and keep a clear mind. I hope these simple and effective practices will help you find harmony with yourself and learn to cope with any difficulties. The whole philosophy of Stoicism boils down to one key idea: we cannot influence external circumstances. But it's in our power to choose our reaction to them. It depends on us to make ourselves victims of uncontrollable reality or take responsibility for our inner world, let fears and resentments take over our minds, or consciously cultivate serenity and clarity of mind. Agree sounds inspiring, so change your mindset with your attitude towards the world and yourself. Each small victory over yourself will make you stronger. And one day you will catch yourself thinking that former problems no longer knock you out of the rut and adversity is perceived as another, interesting tasks. That's when you will experience the power and beauty of Stoic philosophy. It's nice to see people spreading their wings and discovering their potential. How they learn to be themselves, to love life and to gift life with their unique inner light. Remember friends, no matter what position you are in now, you always have the power to change your reality for the better. It is never too late to start working on yourself and look at the world in a new way, more consciously grateful and open. And where this path of inner transformation will lead you depends only on you. The road will be made by the one who walks, so don't be afraid to take the first step. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to share your impressions in the comments. I wish you more sunny days, sincere smiles and warmth of heart. Whatever happens, you can overcome it, because you are a strong, wise and beautiful person who can do anything. Believe in yourself and everything will work out. Until new meetings on the expanses of Stoic wisdom.